Hey guys, this is Amy with Stick with the Plan, and today we're talking about you ain't seen nothing yet. Your best days are ahead of you. Stay right here. So glad you joined me today. We're talking about you ain't seen nothing yet. Your best days are ahead of you. Now, I was in a restaurant this week and I heard some gentlemen talking and they were saying, oh, the glory days. One guy was a great athlete in high school and a quarterback, and he was talking about, oh, back in the day. This other guy was talking to him and he was an athlete in college. And that's why we're here at Center College. I thought this would be a good place to talk about those glory days. Well, as I listened to them talk, they were just living in the past. They thought their greatest accomplishments were back in the day. And, my heart was just getting stirred. And as I was praying that day, I heard a song come on my worship station, and it was, "Your latter shall be greater than the rest," is what the words kept saying. And I thought, that's so true in God. When you're a child of God, when you know the Lord, you're never past your prime. You never have to consider the things of old or times that have passed as the best days you'll ever see. Truly, with the Lord, you haven't lived your best days yet. There's no expiration date on that destiny He's placed on your life. I was thinking about the book of Psalms where David said in Psalms 103 that the Lord will renew our youth like the eagles. Well, if He didn't plan on you to keep going and keep being active and keep pursuing your purpose, He wouldn't need to renew your youth. You wouldn't have to be new. You wouldn't have to be strong anymore. He has no plans for you to buy a rocking chair and sit out on the front porch. No, He doesn't. He would tell you your best days are ahead of you. When I was thinking back over my life and times that I have seen, I couldn't live in the past and think that, once I knew God, or once there was a great move of God, or man, 10 years ago we saw great miracles. No, in my life, I'm pursuing those things right now. I will forever be pursuing those things of God. You could think about Joseph's life in the Bible. I was thinking about him, and, he's the one, his dad gave him the coat of many colors. And his brothers got so jealous of that coat, they sold him into slavery. He got lied about him at Potiphar's house. He gets thrown in prison. He could have been sitting there in prison just pondering, man, I really peaked back in the day when my dad gave me that coat of many colors. You've heard people say they peaked in high school or they peaked too soon. But, he couldn't say that. He had to keep trusting God. And you know the story. He got out of the pit, out of the prison, and was placed in a high-ranking place in Pharaoh's house, in the palace. So, in your life, you have not seen the best God has for you. You haven't heard His voice as strong as He wants to lead and guide your life, that you haven't had times in prayer like you'll see coming up. That's what I'm encouraged about. The Lord's like, yet the greater times are right ahead of you. We did a Stick with the Plan a couple years ago that was lose the rear view mirror. We don't have to look backwards because that's not the direction we're going in. Don't live your life like someone who would just think about college or think about these days as when you peaked, or your glory days, or the best times of your life. No, they're right in front of you. What God has in store for you is better. It's greater than anything we've seen in the past. Now, in the book of Isaiah, this is chapter 43 and verse 18, it says, now forget those former things. Don't even consider the things of old. He said, I shall do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. We should be looking for God to use us, to move within us now, that your best days in your career, what He's called you to do, that they're still ahead of you. You still have new ideas and new places to go. There's new adventures in this life right now. Don't buy the rocking chair. Your best days are still ahead of you. And that's how you'll stick with the plans He has for you. Thank you for joining us today here at Center College. Your best days are right ahead of you. God has great things in store, and we love hearing about it. Thank you for all the testimonies you give us, the comments, the likes, the love, especially the shares. Brand new friends watch this each week because you're sharing this. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, like this page. We have a brand new video for you next week. I'll see you then.